Thanks for watching round 2 action. We've got a classic all-Australian battle. 2 surfers that got to grow up on the Gold Coast of Australia, where we kick off our season every year on the Samsung Galaxy Championship Tour. 2-time World Junior Champ Jack Freestone, who wants to take control of this first exchange. Nice and quick, 2 solid backside snaps, and tries to force the third on the end section. Just showing how quick he can be in transition pots.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of an interesting situation right there. I think had he not tried to force that last turn, I think the score might have been a little bit stronger. But in trying to fit that last maneuver in, maybe made a mistake. Here we go, Josh.
Josh Kerr sets up a right. Beautiful looking frontside carve, setting up his finish. Just wants to get the completion, stays on his board, and he'll find a finish.
A little bit more pizzazz on those turns. Kersey, though, I love Kersey's style, you know, and I think his rail game has gotten so much better over the years. Obviously, one of the best aerial guys on the tour. He's won every kind of air show known to man. This man here, though, look at those strength of those turns from Jack Freestone. Try to fit that last maneuver in there. Maybe shouldn't have. Still going to maybe just get the nod over Josh Kerr. Scores dropping now for both those opening waves.
And it'll be a pretty similar start for both Jack and Josh. Freestone gets a 5.17, and now he's on his second wave. Just a quick look, and he's out. And Josh Kerr about to get factored in on his number on the quick right-hander, where he did find the finish. It's a 4.5, so just under.
Joe, does this conditions remind you of something where a certain guy called Jack Freestone did well this year?
That's right, Rio de Janeiro.
Very similar, isn't it?
What an amazing reference, because he didn't have a whole lot of space to work with, and it seemed like he found something where he simplified the task at hand. 2 turn combos made the difference to make the final.
Yeah, and I mean, we're expecting him to go the air, right? But coming off an injury, deciding to keep that board on the face of the wave.
Another attempt to the left for Freestone, winding up, tail high reverse into the flats. He'll lay back and almost recover on Bells and Margaret River after injury. So he's trying to pose a comeback to re-qualify. Kersey up, healthy looking section, jams it off the lip, floats it for a solid 2-turn combo.
Yeah, I think a little bit better than his first wave. First beautiful opening gouge. That was more of a speed turn. That wave was pretty quick, so he couldn't afford to hang around. He needed to put the pedal to the metal. Beautiful, stylish floater. As we have a look at the replay, so Josh Kerr, talk about the rail game that's improved right there. You can see just a quick turn, and he fit that maneuver in nicely at the end there. So it was that free fall weightlessness that feels so good when you stick it right. So Josh Kerr drops another score, Joe.
A 4.23 for Josh. First wave, 4.5. Made a statement early that he was going to go for a world title this year. Now he's up, checking out this right. Slashing cut back to start. He's got the lip to work with. He'll try to force the alley-oop, and he's down. So 2 incomplete airs from Josh Kerr, still leading over Freestone. Jack just eating a 3.56. Having a solid game plan. You know, it's, you kind of have a risk every time you make a different change in your heat, and it paid off in the final 10 minutes. Watching Freestone wind up. Blitzes the first section, absolutely flying down the line. Perfect vertical snap on the second turn, late hit on the third, and he's down. Still will be improving on his second scoring ride. Still only chasing a 3.56. Maybe he had enough there on the first 2 turn spots.
Yeah, very similar to his opening ride of a 5.17. 2 pretty quick snaps, and then came unglued at the end. So pretty much what he did on that first wave. Expecting a very similar score. You can see struggling to get into it. Lightning fast snap right there. And again, rattles off another beautiful turn. So nice combination, nice smooth clean surfing up until the end right there, and then goes down yet again. So maybe just trying to fit too much in, but I like the first 2 turns, Joe. The first one, beautiful snap, and then carried the speed through into the second turn, which was a little bit more dynamic. Unfortunately, that last section there, just a little bit too quick in the transition, and goes down. So I think that's definitely going to improve his situation, and I think it's going to give him the lead.
So we see Jack Freestone enjoying his rookie year on tour. trying to put himself in a position to requalify. He's had some pretty solid results on the QS as well, doing double duty. Had a great celebration with his good friend and teammate Ryan Callanan when they found the news they both qualified for the Dream Tour. Snapping it off the lip again is Jack. Ton of backwash on that wave. So he gets out, waiting for 2 numbers for Freestone. But he's excited to have all of his friends. He's got a lot of friends around the world, but especially in Hawaii. His team has a big house there right at Backdoor Pipeline. And they just were anticipating what it would be like to make their debut against the top 34 in the world.
Yeah, it's got to be, you know, one of those amazing days in your life where your dreams have come true. You know, you've worked really hard. And
Australia, where he clinched that first title. There's so many scenarios running through that final day. So we catch up to Kersey spinning out.
How are some of the names down there? Andy Irons, Joel Parkinson, Jordy Smith, De Souza. It's kind of the who's who, really, isn't it?
Really impressive. Pots, while we were away, a couple of solid lefts came through.
Yeah, this was Josh Kerr trying to hunt down Jack Freestone. A couple of nice turns there. What's he got for us to finish off? So Josh Kerr kind of safety surfed that wave. That's not like Josh. I was expecting something a little bit more radical, maybe above the lip. That's kind of what he's got to do. Jack Freestone behind. You can see just a little bit more energy, a little bit more snap. And he's just putting a little bit more effort into his turn. So I think Jack Freestone's going to come out on top maybe on that exchange.
5 judges on the panel dropped the high and the low. They had a different opinion on both waves, but that's how the average came out. We've got Kersey up, winding up for a big inverted backside rotation. And the airs have been working out for one of the best air guys in the world in this matchup. Well, we had 2 guys entering this lineup where we're anticipating fireworks above the lip. It's been all about open face hooks, belting the lip multiple times for Jack Freestone to get some solid scores. He's had a few 5s, his best 5.93. Josh Kerr made the decision to run down to this running left. His high mark of 4.8 as he's still chasing Jack Freestone.
Yeah, you know, I think Josh on that occasion right there, I think we're, you know, me as well as the judges, we're looking for something special from Josh. Almost safety surfed that one. You can see Jack just a little bit more zip, a little bit more pizzazz in his surfing, a little bit more speed that he's carrying, a little bit more radical.
With priority, Freestone is going to take this wave and see if he can improve his total out front. All setup work. Looks like he's got a ramp. Here's the wind up, clear for takeoff. Solid backside air reverse. Stomps it clean. Sees that's enough to change the scoreline.
Yeah, well, he kind of telegraphed that one, didn't he, though? We kind of knew exactly what was on his mind from the get-go.
Evolved over the years. How'd you like this version, Potts?
Well, it's, you know, you can tell as he's flying down the line, no grab, uses the wind, beautiful. Well, he landed sort of sideways, spun that board around real quick, so good technique there from Jack. You know, the funny thing with Jack is we've seen so many crazy stuff that he's done that this is kind of a stock standard one, really. He gets nice and low off the bottom. Very important to get that right connection at the lip there, which he did. Didn't get as much extension as he probably would have liked, and the rotation not quite all the way around. So there's going to be a couple of factors that are going to subdue that score. But nonetheless, it was one of the first airs we've seen so far in this heat, so that could go a little bit higher than that 5.93, and I think Josh is going to have a little bit more work to do.
Jack Freestone, currently 15th on the QS. He needs to be inside the top 10 to requalify. 28th on the CT. Needs to be inside the 22 mark to requalify. So doing both tours wisely, putting himself in a great position on the qualifying series once again. Score in for the rotation on the back end. It's a 6.43. Does improve.
You know, sometimes on days like today, the big sets aren't the ones. They kind of get a little straight. That low tide, this wave is going to close out. It's not going to offer Kersey anything, so he's going to run out of time. Jack Freestone comes away with the win and moves through to round number 3.
A big win for the rookie, Jack Freestone. Kersey got Jack at J-Bay, and now they're even 1-1 in one-on-one competition as we lose another top seed. Kersey out along with Michelle Perez, along with Kelly, Parco, Jordy Smith, in a pretty heavy second round.
Yeah, it is an absolute destruction of the top seeds here today.